D2 Word Live here with Rip Bischoff's Fanboy Tides.
Go fuck yourself.
And today we are reviewing the 2003 Survivor Series, brought to you by this creepy image of Kane that's up on the screen.
He love you long time.
No, that's you.
Yes. He love you long time.
Yeah. Yes, and this creepy image of Kane was paused right at the right time and sent to me by Riptidz himself, and I'm just like, I'm going to be using this image for this review, no matter how creepy it looks. I don't care.
Because I thought it was funny as hell. I fucking paused it right there. Just the light hit it just perfect. Where his fucking face and his eye was like that.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I got an idea. Snap, send it to me.
Yes.
But anyway, Survivor Series 2003 took place on November 16th, 2003 in Dallas, Texas at the American Airlines Center with an attendance of 13,487. And the commentators for this event were Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler for Raw and Michael Cole and Taz for SmackDown. Michael Cole, of course, being your boy.
Fuck off.
And the ring announcers were Howard Finkel and Tony Chimmel for this event. And honorable mention goes to the Sunday Night Heat match, which saw Tajiri defeat Jamie Noble to retain the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah. With the help of Akio and
Sikoa.
Ricotta.
So yeah, we started this event off seeing the opening freaking like video hype package for this event. Hyping the ambulance match, the buried alive match, and the main event, right, of this show, the world title match. And then we get to our first match of the night here, which was after the introductions by the commentary, we get to our commentators, we get to the first match of the night, which was the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. Featuring Team Angle, which was Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, John Cena, Hardcore Holly, and Bradshaw, the future JBL, by the way, taking on Team Lesnar, which was WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, US Champion Big Show, Matt Morgan, Nathan Jones, and A-Train.
His team weighed over a ton.
Yep.
Put together.
And of course, John Cena freaking made his entrance. He did his freaking like, he did his little like promo rap before the show. I know that made you laugh.
Yeah, well, you were saying the whole show was ass backwards. The main event was the start.
Yeah, he was pretty much tearing these opponents
apart. He wonders if he could trade in his 4 other partners for a one-night stand with Sable.
I think one of his opponents would object to that one. If you know, you know. Right?
And then he's like, oh yeah, don't think I forgot about you, Big Show. You may be a giant, but I'm a giant whistle. Blow me.
Oh, sheesh. Right. So yeah, after Brock Lesnar was the last one to make his entrance here for this matchup, and as soon as he got up on the apron, Hardcore Holly freaking attacks him first before the match even started.
And this is where it gets convoluted because the match didn't even fucking start. And yet they ejected Hardcore Holly.
Yeah, Holly was looking for revenge.
This made absolutely no fucking sense.
Well, the story being Hardcore Holly was looking for revenge on Brock Lesnar for Lesnar breaking his neck in a match. And then the referee, the referee stepped in to try to separate Hardcore Holly, and Holly shoved the referee and got himself disqualified before the match even started.
the match didn't even start, so there should have been no disqualification, even if you push the ref, because even if it was back then, everyone pushed the ref before the fucking match. They didn't get disqualified.
So yeah,
That's
now
why I say it's fucking convoluted.
so now Lesnar's team at this point had a friggin' 5-on-4 advantage right away from the get-go. Of course, that didn't last
Yeah,
long.
but they should never have fucking ejected Hardcore Holly like that. That made absolutely no fucking sense.
And I could see the angle they were going for, but it was really convoluted, and then you'll understand, and then we'll understand why it was convoluted later on in the show, right?
Yeah.
And of course, the one-man advantage for Lesnar's team didn't last very long, because shortly after the match officially began, Bradshaw nailed the clothesline from Hell in A-Train and eliminated A-Train, making it evened up. But then Big Show came in, attacked Bradshaw, nailed a chokeslam on Bradshaw, and covered Bradshaw, got the 3 count, so Bradshaw's eliminated, so Lesnar's team now at 4-on-3. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then so yeah, this is when the match really got going at a good pace, back and forth, not like the whole quick elimination pace, like we've seen. And after some back and forth, Angle got the hot tag in, and Angle nailed the Angle slam on Matt Morgan, getting the 3 count and eliminating Morgan from the match. Sorry, Matt Morgan's best friggin' days were in TNA later on in his career. This was when he was in his rookie year. Alright.
Yeah.
And of course, then Nathan Jones tried to get in, attack Angle. He was looking dominant for a little bit, but Angle made short work of him, knocking freaking Jones down and applying the ankle lock. And after Jones struggled for a little bit, no one freaking knocked Kurt down. Jones tapped out to the ankle lock. But then shortly afterwards, Angle was met by Lesnar with an F5, and Lesnar pinned Angle, eliminating Angle from the match. Right?
Yeah, but you also forgot the what led to the eliminations of Matt Morgan and Nathan Jones.
Okay, if you remember, enlighten the people.
The elimination for Matt Morgan was Nathan Jones goes to give the big boot to Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle dodges and he boots Morgan right in the face,
Yep.
which gave Angle the
Opening.
time to hit the Angle slam
And eliminated
for the 1, 2, 3.
Eliminated
And
Morgan.
then Angle put in the ankle lock on Nathan Jones after Big Show came in and clotheslined him.
Yep, thus eliminating freaking Jones after a short little struggle. And that's when Angle was met with the F5 and Lesnar freaking eliminated Angle. Now we're down to 2-on-2.
Yes.
And of course, Benoit was putting a fight up against Lesnar here. Of course, Lesnar tried to dominate Benoit, but that didn't work. Benoit locked in the crippler crossface. Lesnar managed to freaking get to the ropes, or get out of it. And then Lesnar, I believe, tried to nail an F5 on Benoit, but it got reversed again into another crippler crossface, and eventually Big Show tapped out.
It wasn't Big Show that tapped out. It was Lesnar that tapped out.
It was Lesnar that tapped out. Excuse me for that one. So Lesnar tapped out, thus eliminating him, and then the fans started the big "You tapped out" chant.
Yes.
And of course, Big Show was the last one for Team Lesnar here against freaking Cena and Benoit. And of course, Big Show was dominating Benoit at this point, countering pretty much anything Benoit tried to do on Big Show, because Big Show's huge. How you gonna stop a giant? Cena got the tag in near the end, blind tag made. Benoit got nailed with a chokeslam, but then Cena freaking battled back, nailed Big Show in the head with the steel chain, and got the FU on the Big Show to get the pinfall.
Well, he did hit. He hit him with the flying headbutt shoulder check off the top rope, which got him a 2 count, and he got thrown off by the Big Show kicking out. So he tagged in Cena, which Big Show didn't see, and he freaking choke slammed Benoit. And fucking right when he turned around to attack Cena, Cena hits him with the chain.
And from there, Cena nailed it a few on the Big Show, which was impressive strength even back then. And Cena got the deciding pinfall over the Big Show, thus making the survivors John Cena and Chris Benoit.
Yeah, lifting 500-pound Big Show that no one has ever done.
Except for Brock.
Oh yeah, Brock Lesnar had never won at Survivor Series. He got his first pinfall the year prior to the Big Show when he lost his title.
Which we reviewed the 2002 Survivor Series already, but yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, so yeah, your thoughts on this opening Survivor Series match?
It was good.
Yeah, I think Hardcore Holly's elimination before the match started was still controversial, to say the least.
Yeah, because the match never fucking started, and he pushed the... Yeah, the ref just got butt hurt.
Yes. And of course, Hardcore Holly being eliminated from the Survivor Series match is the only controversial thing to ever happen at a Survivor Series.
No, it's not.
It's just funny, ever since we reviewed this Survivor Series 97 event, I've been making that joke ever since. Of course, we go on to the next match, which was for the Women's Championship. Actually, no, before that, we see a little awkward conversation backstage with Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon, right?
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon was like, I think it's a coincidence that you and I are facing two brothers in individual matches. And I'm just thinking to myself, Vince, aren't you the one booking this shit? Right? You did shit like that on purpose, but
well, first off, it was he didn't book it. It was
well, in storyline it was Paul Heyman who booked that match.
That booked the match because he's like, oh, Vince is like, oh, I'm gonna screw Undertaker, so I'm gonna have Paul Heyman be the general manager after firing my daughter.
Yeah.
And fucking screw over Undertaker, and the week prior to this was Undertaker's chance to see for his choice of either going for a title or whatever.
He chose Vince McMahon as his opponent.
Yeah, so he after everything after he went through the gauntlet and fucking got beaten up as well at the end of it. And he's just sitting there laughing, and Mr. McMahon's like, "What are you laughing at?" He's like, "I didn't say it was for the title. I didn't say it was for Brock. I'm facing you."
You, and the look on Vince's face during that promo, he was like, "Oh shit!" Right? Saw that whole
because he was threatening to have his wife and children beaten, kidnapped, beheaded,
raped, yep, and all that shit. Which I'm like, yeah, well, that was a crappy story. We'll get to that match when we get to that match. But anyway,
yeah, there's one thing he don't fuck with with Undertaker with, and that's his family.
But anyway, going back to this backstage segment, Vince was like, yeah, I feel like there's a higher power watching over me, helping me get through this match. Looks at Shane, do you feel the same way? And Shane McMahon's response was perfect. He goes, the only thing I'm feeling is sorry for you. Right?
Yeah.
And then Vince McMahon walked back into the hallway area, ran into Steve Austin, and, well, they just both started laughing. That was the end of that.
Yeah, that was very fucking weird.
And all I can think about is like, Vince McMahon's laughing because he probably thinks that after this show, Vince McMahon wouldn't, or Austin won't have a job anymore, and Austin was laughing at the fact that there's a possibility Vince could be buried alive. All right.
Well, no, Stone Cold was laughing because he knew Taker was gonna beat his ass, and Vince is like, "Oh no, Taker can't beat me. The higher power will help me."
And then, when Vince said something about the higher power, all I can think about is like, weren't you the higher power during the Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness group days?
Where was this higher power at during the match?
Oh, we know.
There was no one seen.
Oh, we know. Oh, I think it would be kind of easy to figure that out when we talk about that match. Kind of staring at his creepy face right now. But anyway, we go on to the next match, which was for the Women's Championship. It was Women's Champion Molly Holly defending the championship against Lita here. Yeah, and if you pay attention to detail, Molly Holly did wrestle this match with a black wristband on that said CH written on it. Yeah, in real time, Crash Holly passed away 10 days before this event happened.
No.
So that was a little fitting tribute right there for this match.
You can see a lot of the superstars had it.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm not saying that as a freaking, oh, Crash is your freaking arch enemy on freaking Fortnite. I'm just saying that because that's actually what happened in real time during this period. Right?
Oh, I know. It was sad. It was a drug overdose.
Yep.
Remember, kids, drugs are no fun.
Now, beating your friend's ass in video games, now that's fun.
A complete dick to your friends in video games. That is an amazing feeling. Especially what I do in 2K.
Yeah, are you talking from experience there, asshole? How many times you tortured me in video games? Wait a minute, we're off track here. You're like, many. Right?
Yes.
But anyway, this was an alright competitive match between the two. Lita didn't hold back. Molly Holly didn't hold back.
Well, this whole thing was a grudge for Molly Holly because she was upset that she didn't have a book.
I'm just thinking to myself, what's that got to do with anything? Right?
Well, because everyone was saying, oh, Lita is prettier than her, hotter than her. She has a best-selling book. She doesn't. She's a two. The only thing going for Molly Holly was that she was a two-time women's champion.
Yep. Yeah, and then later.
I just like how JR said Molly Holly's new attitude. She's not as sweet as Grandma's butter.
Shit, Molly Holly this period with her character was about as freaking gentle as freaking goddamn cheese grater toilet paper.
And I'm like, Grandma's butter.
What?
Uh-huh.
That could be misthrown. That could be that could freaking just, no, my mind's going somewhere else hearing that. Well, one point in the match that kind of made me laugh. Well, not laugh, but, you know, kind of chuckle a little bit is when Molly Holly had Lita up in the corner doing the 10 punch in the corner, saying, I told you not to mess with me, and then Molly Holly, or Lita, just reversed into a powerbomb.
Yeah.
I'm like, see, analoging is a villain's greatest weakness.
You mean monologuing, not analoging?
Or monologuing is a villain's greatest weakness. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Not standard English.
Yeah, I can't talk for shit. Why am I even doing these reviews? But anyway. But Lita was in control. Went for a Lionsaw off the top rope. Molly Holly avoided it. Molly executed the Molly go around finisher for a 2 count. Then Molly got frustrated, went to expose the second turnbuckle successfully,
Well, let me correct you on something. She went for the lead assault, not the lion salt.
Or lead assault. I still can't fucking talk for shit. I'm getting my two
And
salts
after
mixed
the lead
up.
assault was missed, Molly Holly went for the Molly go round, which only got her a 2 count, and then she got frustrated and pulled the second turnbuckle off.
Yeah, and the leader got back on offense here. Went for ran at Molly Holly. Holly freaking executed a drop toe hold in the exposed turnbuckle and pinned her to win the match and retain the championship. God. It's like lion salt, lead assault, ace salt. Jesus Christ, I'm getting everything mixed up here. But anyway, your thoughts on this women's title match with Molly Holly retaining here?
It was decent, I guess.
Wasn't the best match they ever competed in. And it was kept short. You know, women's wrestling back in the early 2000s really wasn't taken that seriously. Like it is today. It was a different time period. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we go to arguably one of the fan favorites of this match, or of this event, and that's the ambulance match between Kane and Shane McMahon.
Yes, which introduced Creepy Kane.
Yeah, why don't you tell them about the video package leading up to this? Because we've seen clips, highlights of the rivalry, highlights from their Unforgiven match, but it was a car crash.
Yeah, this all stemmed from Kane going nuts, completely nuts, and attacking Linda McMahon.
Yep.
Which he tombstoned her
On the friggin' entranceway.
Yes, and put her in an ambulance.
And what did Shane McMahon vow to do since that day? Or that episode or all, that night?
Which prompted Shane to come back and tell them that he's going to make Kane's life a living nightmare.
Which Kane rebutted back. But there was one episode where freaking Shane McMahon kicked Kane into a fiery dumpster. And how did Kane respond to that? By using a car battery.
Yeah, Kane's all like, "Oh, you tried to stop me with a flaming dumpster. That didn't work. You tried to stop me by running me into crashing me into a tractor trailer. That didn't stop me.
Nothing can stop me." Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and Shane McMahon pretty much said that this rivalry won't end until one of them ends up in a hospital in the back of an ambulance, thus making this match an ambulance match. That and the Raw prior, Kane freaking cut a promo saying Shane McMahon's fate is sealed, and when he slammed the doors, giving us this little lovely image of creepy Kane staring at you through a window.
He love you long time.
While menacingly laughing. So yeah, both men make their freaking entrance. Kane came out first. Shane McMahon then came out. Didn't waste no time. As soon as he got in the ring, he flung his body at Kane, sending them both over the top rope. Right?
Now he put it until the bell rang, and then he just fucking went balls to the wall.
Yep. And of course, Kane battled back, thrown Shane into the steel steps, but freaking Shane McMahon got the upper hand, put Kane on the freaking announce table, and executed the leap of fate through the freaking announce table, Spanish announce table of Kane.
Well, he also fucking Kane went and grabbed the steel steps. Shane McMahon grabs a chair, freaking hits the chair on the steel steps. Kane falls back. Steel steps fall on Kane's head, and then Shane McMahon starts hitting steel steps with steel chair.
Yeah, and eventually after the leap of faith spot, like I mentioned, because you know what you mentioned happened before that, freaking Shane goats Kane into following him into the back area where Shane McMahon snuck up from Kane from behind and attacked Kane back there.
Oh no, Kane chases Shane. Shane magically disappears.
Like, where did he go? Where did he go? Once again.
Yeah, and then he reappears with a kendo stick.
And attacked the hell out of Kane until he got Kane completely down from those kendo stick shots. Freaking Shane got into an SUV that was completely freaking conveniently parked there, near where they were fighting. And then proceeds to back the SUV up, smashing Kane and making Kane go flying through a security booth.
Yes. Hey, doesn't that security booth remind you of a certain SmackDown?
Ah, jeez. Right?
With a certain Stone Cold.
Yep. And then right afterwards, freaking Shane McMahon got on a walkie-talkie and said, "Boys, bring it in." And there was another ambulance coming back there. And I'm like, well, if he puts Kane in this ambulance, the match is over. But right when Shane got the stretcher out and put Kane on it, Kane freaking came back to life, started choking Shane, said, "I'm not done with you. You can't stop me." Smacked Shane up against the wall. And then the fight made their way back to the ringside area, or the entrance area where the other ambulance was. Right. And of course, Shane McMahon tried to battle back, including at one point smacking Kane's face so hard with the door. The freaking impact even made me go, "Oh, fuck." Right? That would not, I believe, if you get hit in the head that hard with the ambulance door, I think that would be enough to knock you out. Or at least concuss you really bad. Am I right?
Yeah.
And of course, before that, I forgot to mention Kane was fighting with Shane near the front of the ambulance, and back of Shane's head cracked into the windshield. Right? Of the ambulance. But either way, after freaking Kane's brains was scrambled with the freaking ambulance door, well, in the back, right, on the back of the ambulance, right? Shane McMahon then set Kane up for a coast-to-coast using Dominic Mysterio as the weapon of choice. The trash can.
Yes.
And after nailing Kane in the head with a trash can a couple of times to make sure he stays in place, freaking Shane McMahon went up to the top of the ambulance and dove off onto Kane, nailing the trash can in Kane's face with a drop kick, or the coast-to-coast. Whatever you want to call it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Shane Wobbly all got up, tried to freaking put Kane in the ambulance, but Kane fought back, freaking whipped freaking Shane McMahon up against the side of the ambulance several times to weaken him up before ending it with a tombstone onto the floor. Before picking Shane McMahon's lifeless body up and chucking him into the ambulance and shutting the door, thus winning the match. Right?
Yep.
Yep, and there's nothing better than seeing freaking Shane McMahon being taken off in the ambulance while the sound of freaking Slow Chemical by Finger Eleven's playing in the background.
Yeah, that's my ringtone on my phone. Or my text message tone.
So I'm like, yep. So they got to see a brutal match and listen to pretty much the entirety of Kane's theme song all the way through after this one. Right?
Yeah. And then who do we have that comes out after? A jackass.
But anyway, before we talk about that jackass, your thoughts on this Kane and Shane McMahon brawl?
It was good. Was this the end of their rivalry? No. Did they have more matches? Yes.
Was this brutal as hell for this show? Yes. Could there be one brutal match that could possibly top it? Maybe. Right?
Yes.
But yeah, I thought this match was freaking the best match of the night up at this point, obviously. To me, there's only one other match on this card that rivals it, and that's the other McMahon versus. That's the Vince McMahon versus Taker Buried Alive match we're going to be talking about a little later.
Yeah, I put a fight in quotations because it wasn't even a fight.
But anyway, going back to this jackass. Which jackass came into the ring afterwards to talk to the crowd?
Jonathan Coachman.
Your boy.
Fuck off.
We all know he was one of your favorite announcers along with Michael Cole.
No, he was not. We all know that he was yours.
And he was like, I know what you guys
He
think.
comes out and basically hijacks the show, saying, "Oh, we all know that you were very concerned about this, what just happened a few moments ago. But I am okay. My doctor said I'll be okay. And I'm very happy about all the text messages, emails, and phone calls from you."
Of course, he was talking about his mother, because who else would freaking message the coach? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. There was only two people that gave the coach good get well soon wishes. That was his mother and you.
Fuck off.
Knowing he's your boy.
Fuck off.
And right when he was about
And
to
then,
leave,
and then when he's about to leave, he sees the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban.
I'm like, ah, crap. And so it begins. I'll let you finish this segment off talking about it.
So he freaking goes over there and talks to his like, "Oh, what are you looking forward to tonight?" And Mark Cuban's like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to Stone Cold's team beating the shit out of Eric Bischoff's team." And then he's like, "Oh, okay, let me do this again, because that's not gonna happen. Would you rather have our referees or your friends, the referees in the NBA?" And Mark Cuban's like, "All referees suck. There is no good referees." And that is actually true.
And then what happened? Eric Bischoff came out, got all pissed
And then
off.
another jackass comes out,
Your boy Eric Jerkoff. I mean Bischoff.
named Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, your boy.
He comes out and he's like, "Oh, coach, I got this. Let me handle it." And then he calls Mark Cuban into the ring and acting all tough, saying, "Oh, I own this building now. I rent it. I rent this building now. I run it. There could be two ways that this could happen. Either I have security escort you out, or I'll do it myself." And what happens? He gets punked out.
And then who else came out?
Randy Orton.
And the same ended with Orton freaking RKOing Mark Cuban.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking, wow, so it started. If you don't know what I mean, they would run this spot back literally several years later on Raw. I still remember that too. With Randy Orton once again getting the upper hand. Right?
Yes.
I'm just like, wow, okay. And now that time waster's out of the way, can we talk about this next matchup for the tag team titles? Right? It was your favorite.
Danny and Doug Basham with Taniqua.
Yeah, your favorite BDSM team of all time. Yeah.
Fuck you, no.
And they were
They were yours.
Nah. And they were defending the titles against Eddie and Chavo Guerrero, who at this point had some deficiency in the team. And considering, I guess, this match was supposed to happen on SmackDown, Eddie Guerrero got tricked into thinking their sister was sick or something, left the show, putting Chavo in a 2-on-1 disadvantage and a beatdown, and the match never actually officially happened on SmackDown prior to this. And this was the Guerreros rematch for the tag titles that they lost shortly after No Mercy the month prior. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, it's like, after some back and forth action, freaking Shaniqua kept getting involved. Not once, but twice, I think. Freaking prompting Eddie and Chavo to freaking just try to take Shaniqua out during the end of the match, near the end of the match up here. Which resulted in Chavo spanking freaking Shaniqua, which for some reason I think she liked, because her character was weird like that. Right?
Yeah.
But either way, freaking Doug and Danny Basham came in, made the save, and freaking there was some miscommunication during the brawl. Chavo accidentally attacked Eddie with like a drop kick or whatever it was, putting Eddie out of the match.
DT. It was a spinning DDT, but he kicked Eddie in the back of the head.
Yeah.
By accident.
And because of that, and because of Chavo's little distraction towards Eddie, who was down, Danny snuck up, freaking rolled up Chavo for the win, holding the tights, and thus having the Bastards retain the titles here.
Which Eddie actually broke up at almost at the 3 count, but they said it was a 3 count anyways.
So yeah, your thoughts on this? I know I didn't go for spot, but your thoughts on this tag team title match?
Yeah, another convoluted ending.
Of course, it wouldn't be too much longer after this event that Eddie and Chavo split up, had their little mini feud before going their separate ways. Which, in hindsight, 2004 would be a good year for Eddie Guerrero, winning the championship shortly after this event anyway. So...
Well, he also won the tag team titles with Ray.
Yeah. So, I thought this match was okay. It wasn't the best Eddie Guerrero or Chavo Guerrero match I've ever seen. It was just kind of... I hate to say, but due to the interference, it was a little bit under average or below average to me, right? Maybe at average, borderlining under average. So your thoughts on this one? It was all right.
It was decent.
So now we get to the second and final Survivor Series elimination match of this show, and that was...
Well, first we have another backstage segment where Josh was talking to Brock Lesnar, saying, how does it feel that you tapped out, that you lost?
And then Brock was like, I didn't tap out and I didn't lose, being delusional.
Yes.
And then right in the middle of this interview, Brock Lesnar was like, what do you want? Talking to somebody off screen. And the person he was talking to ended up being world champion Goldberg.
He's like, oh, you can put me against anyone in a one-on-one and I'll beat them down. Then Goldberg pops up and says, nice match there, champ. Aren't you gonna wish me luck?
Wish me luck in my match, eh? Right? And I'm just like, yeah, and this initial meeting between Brock and Goldberg here was the seeds that were planted for their eventual WrestleMania 20 match, which, let's face it, that match shit the bed, Fred. All I can say is thank God they had better matches well over a decade later than that one, am I right?
Yeah.
Of course, at the time, in 2003, at the time watching it live, the speculation of Brock versus Goldberg that could happen, everyone was talking about, everyone was excited for, but it just ended up being shit. As we obviously know now.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, we go to the second Survivor Series elimination match of the night, and possibly the best Survivor Series elimination match on this card, obviously, compared to the other one. We had Team Jerkoff, Team Bischoff, which was Chris Jericho, Christian, Randy Orton,
Oh no!
Mathematician
Remember
Scott Steiner, and
the
Mark Henry.
CLB angle?
The CLB angle, yeah.
Canadian Lover Boy.
More like creepy little bastard, but
Yeah, the whole thing where fucking Jericho and Christian were having matches against each other to see who would go out with Trish Stratus.
and Lita. Wow, that was a cringe story.
And the loser will be a CLB, Canadian Lover Boy. Or as Stone Cold will say, creepy little bastard.
Yeah, but anyway, like I was saying, it was Team Bischoff, which was Jericho, Christian, Orton, Mathematician Scott Steiner, and Mark Henry, taking on Team Austin, which was Shawn Michaels, Intercontinental Champion Rob Van Dam, Booker T, and the World Tag Champions, the Dudley Boys. With the stipulation being that if Austin's team won the match, then Austin can just go around as co-general manager and just beat up whoever he wants to beat up on any given night. However, if Team Bischoff's team won, Austin would be fired.
Yeah.
So Austin had to do something that he's never done in his career, and that's actually trust these five other competitors for him to keep his job. That's the story they were telling.
Yeah, because they were saying, Stone Cold's like, for Stone Cold standing for it is DTA. Don't trust anybody.
Yeah, and this match started off with a brawl between all 10 men in the ring and out of the ring. Eventually, the match officially started. Steiner got the tag in, went after Booker T. And I'm sorry, but when Booker T and Scott Steiner were freaking slugging it out against each other, all I had was flashbacks to what you made us watch last week. That damn abomination.
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about, a-hole.
What are you talking about, buddy? You know you enjoyed it.
No, I was having freaking flashbacks to Mayhem 2000. I really don't want to see that show again. That show was garbage. But anyway, freaking Steiner had freaking Booker locked in the Steiner recliner. Shades of what we saw last week. I'm just like, oh no, the flashbacks are coming back. Right? And then Stacy Keibler, who was a manager of freaking Scott Steiner and Tess at this point, freaking got up on the apron, distracting freaking Steiner because she was cheering for Booker T to get out of the hold. And this distraction was enough for Booker T to come back, nail a book in on Steiner, and Booker T eliminated Steiner.
Well, actually, it was a distraction enough for Team 3D or the Dudleys, Devon and Bubba Ray, to hit the Dudley Death Drop, and then Booker hit the
bookend. And of course, then Mark Henry. So yeah, Austin was up 5-4. Austin's team was 5-4 on this freaking point. Freaking Mark Henry came in, and despite Booker T initially trying to freaking bring the fight to Mark Henry took the advantage and nailed the world's strongest slam on Booker T, eliminating him. So Booker T.
Yeah, Booker tried, but he got squashed.
And of course, freaking Henry himself was taken out. The biggest threat in the match, Mark Henry, was taken out by the Dudley Boys and Van Dam. After the Dudleys were able to nail a 3D on Mark Henry, followed by Van Dam freaking nailing a 5-star frog splash, and the Dudleys and Van Dam all dogpiled Mark Henry to eliminate him.
Yes, and then it was Christian versus Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, and then after some back and forth, Christian got the advantage, freaking tagged in Orton. And
Yeah, well, Christian was also a dick to his Van Dams.
yes, by low blowing Van Dam. Freaking
No, by crossing him on the top rope.
or by crossing him on the top rope. Yep. So Christian was a dick to
Well, his Van Daminators.
yes, to RVD's Van Daminators. There you go. And then Orton at this point was a legal man, nailed an RKO onto Van Dam and eliminated Van Dam with the 3 count.
Yes.
So it's like, damn. So we got the Dudleys and Van Dam left for Team freaking, or we got the Dudleys and Michaels left for Team Austin.
Yes.
While we had Jericho, Christian, and Orton left for Team Bischoff.
Yes.
And of course, Devon was in. Jericho ended up being the legal man for his team at this point. And despite Bubba yelling, kick out, freaking Devon got eliminated after Jericho nailed a flashback onto Devon, because you know regular moves like that can eliminate people at Survivor Series, am I right?
Yes.
And of course, Bubba Ray was in, bringing the fight to Jericho and Christian, but eventually Bubba was freaking eliminated when Christian nailed an unpurrier on Bubba Ray, taking him out of the match. And I'm just like, wow, now it's down to 1-on-3. Yeah, and freaking Michaels freaking got beaten down, including at one point getting catapulted into the freaking dang ring post, which busted him open.
Yes, but he also hit the super kick, which fucking knocked Christian out, which gave him the 3 count.
Yeah, so yeah, Christian was eliminated, Sweet Chin Music. Yeah, and then freaking it was 2-on-1 here. Jericho had the advantage, freaking beating down Michaels, being that cocky heel, freaking goddamn monologuing to Michaels, but Michaels was able to reverse a Walls of Jericho attempt by Jericho into a cradle pinfall to eliminate Jericho.
Yes,
Despite
and
being a
Jericho
bloody
got
mess.
butthurt and hit him in the head with a chair.
Yes. Which meant there was only 2 people left for Team Bit, or one. It was 1-on-1 now, Michaels and Orton. Sound familiar because these 2 fought each other at Unforgiven a couple months prior, which we reviewed.
Which pissed off Stone Cold, and then Stone Cold just went in and fucking hit the Stone Cold Stunner on Randy, and then hit the Stone, and then just started beating the no.
Actually, no. Michaels was going for a Sweet Chin Music, and that's when Eric Bischoff freaking interfered.
Yes.
When the referee was down at this point. That's prompted Austin to go in there, attack freaking Eric Bischoff, nail a stunner onto Orton. Right? And then he and Bischoff proceeded to brawl all the way up the entranceway. And right when Michaels was going towards a fallen Orton for the cover, Batista then came out, attacked Michaels, and freaking nailed a Batista bomb onto Michaels, thus putting Michaels out. And all Orton had to do was drape his arm over Michaels, and the referee came to and counted the 3 count for Orton.
Yes.
Thus making Randy Orton not only the sole survivor, but Team Bischoff winning the match, thus ending Austin's career.
And then Austin would help. Everyone thought that he would attack Shawn Michaels, but no, he actually knew that he put in his best effort there.
Yeah.
So he helped him do the back.
But before we get to the next portion that happened immediately after this match, your thoughts on this Survivor Series match from start to finish?
It was good. If Eric Bischoff didn't fucking interfere, Stone Cold wouldn't have had his 14-year career ended.
And of course, after taking Michaels to the back, Austin's music started playing once again, and then Austin came back and acknowledged the crowd, saying that
his career started here in Dallas, Texas, which they were at. They were in Dallas, Texas. His and
Undertaker's home state.
Well, it was Undertaker's,
Michaels is Booker T's.
Michaels, Booker, and the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin's hometown.
Or home state, yep.
Yes. It said his career started in 1989. And he didn't expect it to end tonight. But he had one solace, is that his career ended in his home state of Texas.
Right in Dallas, where it started. And
Yes.
right in the middle of this freaking like emotional speech that Austin was giving, who
The
came
jackass
out?
appears again.
I was about to say, who came out? Oh, you're resident jackass. Again. And he had a team of security around him to escort Austin out of the friggin' building. And what happened?
Austin didn't give a shit and started beating the fuck out of everyone.
Because he's like, well, he's unemployed. He got nothing he's got nothing to lose at this point, right?
Yep.
So he beat the hell out of security guard and nailed freaking Jonathan Coachman with one last stunner before celebrating with a beer bash.
And then left 2 beers in the middle of the ring, signifying the end of his wrestling career.
Now, was this the end of Steve Austin's in-ring wrestling career? No, that actually ended months prior at WrestleMania 19. Did this end his freaking on-screen authority figure for about a month before he came back as the Sheriff of Raw. And would this end Austin's appearances in a WWE ring? Obviously not. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt, but either way, I think the match was the best match. This Survivor Series match was the best match of the card. And honestly, I would have given it 5 out of 5 if it wasn't for the interference at the very end. They almost had a perfect match.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the grand scheme of the story, I understand why they had interference. That doesn't that doesn't excuse it for this particular match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now we get to finally talk about the semi-main of the night, which was the Buried Alive match.
Yeah, which had Undertaker saying, "Oh, he wishes more than anything, he wishes he was a 5-time WWE champion at this point." But even Mr. McMahon said, as long as he's living and breathing, he will never let Undertaker have the title.
And then the Undertaker then said famously afterwards, he goes, maybe it's about time he stops breathing in and out. I'm like, that's a threat. But then after what you mentioned earlier, with McMahon saying what he said, I'm like, that's also a threat. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Right?
Yeah, but this match wasn't even a match. It wasn't even a fight. Because in a fight, you actually have someone putting up a decent amount of effort.
The Undertaker came out first.
This was just a one-sided beatdown.
McMahon came out second, still praying and all that shit. Going right up to the Undertaker. And how did this match, if you want to call it, start?
It wasn't even a match!
Yes, I use the word match in quotes. How did this beatdown start?
It was a beatdown! Fucking Undertaker just, right when the bell rings, he just fucking blows up his fist and fucking bashes him right in the goddamn head, busting his ass open.
Immediately upon impact.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and then what did Taker proceed? This was a beatdown. McMahon didn't even fight back, hardly.
There was nothing until probably like 0.2% at the fucking end. But, yeah, this is fucking Taker. Taker fucking knocks his ass down. He's bleeding. He takes him over to the corner, drops his ass down, and fucking beats the dicks to his McMahons.
Yes, he was addicted to McMahon's grapefruits. Twice.
And then he fucking bashes his legs into the ring post, drags his ass over to the other side, does it yet again.
And at one point during the match, freaking The Undertaker was like, you know what? I know how to make this more fun. Goes up to the gravesite, grabs a shovel, makes his way back to the ring, and proceeds to nail McMahon in the head with the shovel.
Well, first he fucking has Mr. McMahon bleeding like a stuffed fucking pig.
Yeah, Vince was
Just starts beating his ass, grabs the fucking cables, chokes his ass out.
Oh yeah, and also at one point,
And then what does he proceed to do? He gets a monitor
and smacks McMahon on the head with it hard.
Yeah.
Thus making McMahon go flying over the announce table. Oh yeah, and let's not forget, Undertaker monologued a little bit too when he held Vince up. He goes, "This is for my wife." Punches him in the head again hard. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's.
And then he's like, "Oh, just to have more fun." He went up and grabbed a shovel.
And then he went back to the ring, and all I
And
get
what
is
does Vince do? Literally just sits on his knees going, "No."
and he gets bashed in the head with a shovel. And I'm thinking to myself, that's for all the time that he buried main event talent. And if you don't believe me, look at friggin' Vader. His career would have been a whole lot better if it wasn't for that shit. Right? In WWE, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, then after that shovel shot, friggin' Undertaker proceeded to take Vince, put him back on the outside of the ring, and shatter his ankle with the steel steps. By friggin' putting Vince's ankle on the friggin' bottom stair while smacking his friggin' ankle with the top half of the steps. Sandwiching it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's a throwback, because The Undertaker did the same thing to Vince back in 98, too. Right?
Yeah.
And then The Undertaker proceeded to freaking grab Vince, hug him over his shoulder, and proceeded to walk to the gravesite with him. Right? After destroying the shit, beating the shit out of him, convincingly, to the point to where McMahon was practically almost dead. Am I right?
Yes, and this is where Vince McMahon, 0.2%, is Vince grabbed the shovel, hit him in the solar plexus, which made him
This was after Vince got on offense after throwing the dirt in Taker's eyes.
Yes.
Grabbed a
and
shovel.
Giving him a low blow.
And giving Taker a low blow. Grabs a shovel, nailed freaking Taker in the chest with it.
Vince was a dick to his dead man's?
Yes. Or actually, no, at this point, he was a dick to Taker's big evils. Wait, what?
Yes.
And then McMahon grabbed his shovel, freaking nailed Taker in the chest with it, knocking him back into the grave. But Taker responded just by grabbing Vince and tossing him into the grave. And right when The Undertaker was about to get into the friggin' big pay dirt there, or, you know what I'm talking about. What happened?
Fucking Kane's pyro goes off, so he fucking gets knocked off the loader, and Kane magically appears.
The Undertaker's brother Kane magically appears, beats down Taker into the grave, pulls Mr. McMahon out of the grave, and freaking McMahon then climbs into the freaking whatchamacallit, the friggin' goddamn, I'm drawing a blank on what it's called again.
Payloader?
The payloader there. Then Kane reaches into the grave, takes the Undertaker's bandana out as like a trophy or something, and stuffs that into his tights, while friggin' McMahon lowered the friggin' dirt into the grave, thus winning the match.
Yes.
And here's where I get controversial. This I gave a very high rating despite the interference, only because of the story of what was to come following this, because this was the last time we seen the big evil character.
Yeah, because at the end of the damn show, fucking lightning hits the grave, and all you see is his hand popping out from the grave,
Yeah.
signifying he will be back.
Yeah, this is the last time we seen the big evil character. As we all know, The Undertaker would return as the Phenom the Dead Man character by the following year's WrestleMania to exact revenge on Kane, making this angle go full circle.
Yes.
And The Undertaker
Also,
would...
Kane did it because he's like, oh, he changed. He wasn't the monster that he was. He became normal like everyone else.
Yep. So yeah, and at this point we would not see Undertaker's big evil character again, and up until his final match at WrestleMania 36 in that Boneyard match with AJ Styles.
But we also had all those creepy images that were popping up all the way through.
Yep. So yeah, anyway, your thoughts
Also,
on this?
comment, May 19th.
Anyway,
May 19th.
but anyway, your thoughts on this? Anyway, your thoughts on this freaking Buried Alive match with Taker and Vince McMahon?
I put a match in air quotes because it wasn't even a match. This is a one-sided beatdown.
It was a Vince McMahon ass whipping, as in he was the one getting the ass whooped. Throughout throughout 99.9% of this, right?
Yes.
Ugh. So yeah, this was actually to me, I'm like, this was a one-sided beatdown, but it's the most memorable Vince McMahon beatdown. And technically, even though Vince, quote, won this match, he lost the war because his ass got beaten and handed to him so damn badly that he needed Kane's help to win at the very end.
Yes.
So yeah, Vince may have technically won the match, but he lost the war. He lost the ass-kicking contest to The Undertaker here. Right?
Yes.
And now we go to our main event, which was for the World Heavyweight Championship, and oh my god. I'm sorry, I would have taken that Buried Alive match as the main event over this. Honestly.
Have you guys seen our Unforgiven 03
review?
You wouldn't understand why. This was a lot worse.
Yeah, of course, this was the rematch from Unforgiven, this time pitting Goldberg defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Triple H. Now, it's not too often we see a world title match that Triple H is in where he's the challenger. I know, weird, am I right?
Also, this was Triple H's 0-5. Well, he was 0-5 for Survivor Series wins for championships.
And Survivor Series in general, he's never won at this event up at this point.
Yes.
And what was the story going into this one?
After
losing,
Goldberg won the title at Unforgiven.
Triple H lost.
Triple H put a bounty on Goldberg, saying he'd give $150,000
$100,000 to anyone who could take out Goldberg. He didn't care where it was at, when it happened.
If he could put him on the shelf.
Basically. And who ended up doing that? Freaking a returning Batista from injury put freaking Goldberg or injured Goldberg's ankle when he Pillmanized Goldberg's ankle, thus putting him out on a stretcher, thus claiming the bounty.
Yes.
And putting a freaking target on Goldberg's ankle here during this match. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and throughout, and Goldberg was dominant at first, spearing Ric Flair, despite Ric Flair's freaking goddamn interference on Goldberg.
Triple H comes out first with Ric Flair, like normal.
and Goldberg's music hit. Goldberg made his entrance. And then Ric Flair
The
was
match didn't even start yet, so fucking there was a bunch of interference there. Was fucking Flair's going, oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. And proceeds to get his ass beat.
And with Ric Flair's interference at the very start, where was the referee to be like, nope, Triple H, you're disqualified? Nope, that didn't happen. So ask Hardcore Holly why he got eliminated in that opening match.
Yes.
Right?
Or why didn't Ric Flair get tossed to the back?
But no, they wanted, because Ric Flair in storyline had a manager's license. The power of ass fuckery. That's why. Right?
Yes.
And of course, Goldberg was being dominant until Triple H started focusing on Goldberg's injured ankle. And of course, there was 2 ref bumps, one of them happening accidentally in the corner. Triple H could use brass knucks from Ric Flair, though, when the referee was down. Freaking nailed Goldberg with the brass knucks. Freaking went to pin Goldberg, but referee recovered. Only counted 2 count, but freaking Goldberg kicks out. So what does Triple H do in frustration? Drops an elbow on the referee.
On Earl Hebner, by the way.
Oh yeah, and by the way, yeah, Earl Hebner being the referee of a main event world title match at Survivor Series. Does that ring a bell to you? There was nothing controversy about that ever, right?
Yeah, and his son was the first referee in the first match.
But anyway, Triple H went.
I wonder where he learned to fucking screw people over.
Yeah, but anyway, Triple H freaking got the sledgehammer out, but never even got a chance to use it. Freaking Goldberg got the advantage over Triple H when the referee was down. Picked up the sledgehammer. Ric Flair tried to get in to stop it. Goldberg nailed Flair with the sledgehammer. Then freaking Batista got in. But he didn't do... But all good that was, because he got nailed with a sledgehammer, along with Randy Orton, who came in shortly afterwards, and he got nailed with a sledgehammer. Right?
Triple H introduced the sledgehammer. He got speared.
Yep.
Then Ric Flair goes up to the top rope, thinking that's a smart idea.
Sorry, Ric Flair, that has never worked for you at all, except maybe twice.
And then
tonight wasn't
Goldberg
it.
throws his ass off the top rope, picks up the sledgehammer, and freaking Triple H is cowering, thinking he's gonna get hit with it. And what happens? Ric Flair gets hit with it. Who else comes out?
Batista comes out with it.
Well, everyone said was Randy Orton, but then corrected it was Batista.
And then Orton came out. He got nailed with El Sledgy too.
Yes.
And then Goldberg was in the corner. He decides to throw the sledgehammer out, nailing another spear onto Triple H, followed by the jackhammer slam on Triple H, and Goldberg pinned Triple H to retain the title when the referee finally
Which
came
some
through.
people say Triple H kicked out at the 3, but he didn't kick out until after the 3, but...
It looked like he kicked out at 3, but either way, I don't care whether it was before the 3 or after the 3. I was just happy this match was over. So Goldberg retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, that celebration didn't last long. He would lose it about a month later at Armageddon, but that'll be a review for another day. Your thoughts on this convoluted freaking interference heavy match between Goldberg and Triple H?
Was this worse than Unforgiven? Yes. Did they have better matches? By far.
Yeah, if their Unforgiven match was average, which I think I rated as an average score, to me this one was below average.
Well, I gave you a heads up.
But either way, the fans left happy with Goldberg still the world champion. Yay. But anyway, now that we've reviewed all these matches here, it's time for what I always call our favorite segment of the review, and that's our rating system. it's like Team Angle defeating Team Lesnar in that Survivor Series elimination match with John Cena and Chris Benoit being the sole survivors of the match. I gave that one 3 3/4 out of 5.
4.5.
Molly Holly defeating Lita to retain the Women's Championship. I gave that one 3 out of 5.
2.
I'm just being way too nice, apparently, with that. Kane defeating Shane McMahon in that ambulance match. Easy 5 out of 5. For me, easy 5 out of 5 as well. The Basham Brothers defeating the Guerreros to retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. I gave that one 3 out of 5.
3.5.
Team Bischoff defeating Team Austin in that Survivor Series elimination match with Randy Orton being the sole survivor. I gave that one 4 3/4 out of 5.
4.
Mr. McMahon defeating The Undertaker in that Buried Alive match. More like barely surviving that Buried Alive match after getting his ass beaten. I gave that one 5 out of 5.
5.
And the main event, Goldberg defeating Triple H to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. I gave that one 2 out of 5.
2.5.
So, that being said, my final grade for the 2003 Survivor Series is a B.
C.
And the matches I would recommend from this event that you should go back and see if you're only going to watch like 1 or 2 matches, maybe 3 at most, would be the Kane Shane McMahon ambulance match, the Team Bischoff Team Austin Survivor Series elimination match, and of course the Buried Alive match. You really don't need to see anything else.
And the beginning of the show, the Angle versus Lesnar.
Oh, you'd recommend the first Survivor Series elimination match as well?
Yeah.
Besides that, you really don't need to see Triple H versus Goldberg. That match was interference heavy. The Molly Holly Lita match could have been better if given more time, too. And like I said, the tag team title match seemed average to me. More like fitting to see on SmackDown. So yeah, that's our thoughts on Survivor Series 2003. I already freaking know, and I know I'm going to dread this, but your pick is your pick. Your pick is next week. What are we watching on the review next week?
We are watching for my birthday, because it happened on my birthday.
30 years ago.
Well, it'll be 33 years ago, but yes.
But the event I'm referring to was 30 years ago that I know you're talking about because you wouldn't shut up about it for the past month.
Yeah, it is World War III of 95.
I hate you, son bitch. I'm only looking forward to this event only because we never reviewed a 3-ring battle royal before. And secondly, after it's done and over with, we don't have to talk about it again.
That's what you think.
No, we don't have to talk about that specific event again. After next week. Ugh. Get to look forward to that next week. I'll be uploading that literally the day before Thanksgiving. Ugh.
Yes, my birthday.
Ugh. So, yeah, I'm going to be tortured next week by watching another crappy WCW show. Will it be as shit as the one that happened the month prior? Talking about the 95 Halloween Havoc? We'll just see. Ugh. So, until then, we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Deuces.